Now going over to the business blunder of the day, you have the Toyota 86 as well as a BRZ from Subaru. Well, they're now part of a class action lawsuit, which not great. And spoiler alert, they're made in the same factory, but simply swipe out different badges. I mean, it used to be the Scion FRS back when Toyota had the Scion brand as well, but they shut that down. Now this comes to us thanks to Caleb Jacobs, who's a writer at The Drive, which he says, quote, Toyota 86 and Subaru BRZ engine failures are now subject to a class action lawsuit. This is following multiple on-track engine failures that went viral. Owners are now joining together to get compensation. And again, in terms of styling, it looks pretty cool. I mean, right on the screen, you have the Toyota 86, a nice red coupe. And thankfully, it has one of the highest take rates for stick shifts. I mean, that's pretty rare in and of itself, so I appreciate there's an option out there. And years ago, I did test drive the Subaru BRZ with the stick shift, and I loved it. In terms of the balance of the vehicle, it's great. The horsepower, I think my lawnmower had more. And granted, it's coming from someone who has a Honda Civic Si, so I know also low horsepower, but at the end of the day, I chose Honda because it's more reliable. Because even back then, because I got a 2018 Civic Si. I mean, even in 2017, because 2018 model year, at that time, even then, there were already rumors about the engines, especially with I believe it was a rod bearing that kept failing. And oddly enough, the tail lights would fill with water and condensation. You couldn't drain them in the Subaru BRZ. So those are two really weird, well, not weird. Well, I guess they're unusual, but two bad warranty issues that, again, once it's out of warranty, you're screwed. You have to pay for it yourself. So that was the reason why I actually moved away from Subaru. Even though it had a cool Boxster engine, which, I mean, the only car company that does that is Porsche, and they do it more reliably, but this is a fraction of the cost. But personally, that's why I didn't choose a Subaru BRZ, even though I love the styling. I mean, aesthetically, the interior felt great, really nice, comfortable. The balance of the vehicle was great during the test drive, but again, it was that bearing issue at the time. Now, diving into this specific article, they say, quote, after more than one viral example of a horizontally opposed four-cylinder going boom, there's now a class action lawsuit saying manufacturers knew the engines were defective, yet chose to conceal it from purchasers. As a result, the litigation alleges that the owners of the sports cars equipped with a 2-liter and 2.4-liter Boxster are left with vehicles that could suffer from low oil pressure and eventual oil starvation. Arkansas plaintiff Laura Young filed the suit seeking more than $5 million for those involved in class action. Young bought a used 2019 Toyota 86. Again, it's in the Subaru factory. They just changed the badging and styling a little bit. They say that Young bought a used 2019 Toyota 86 back in October 2021. In April 2023, it suffered from a total engine failure. That's pathetic. With approximately 64,000 miles on the odometer, which is nothing for a car. Especially modern cars, they last easily 150, 200,000 miles, especially if it's Japanese. And shoot, my car just passed 82,000 miles. My little Honda Civic Si only comes with the stick shift. All cars should be that by default. And my car's had one or two small issues, but still, knock on wood, pretty solid as a rock. It's also Honda. That's why I chose it. They say, quote, this meant that it was that's why it's painful. This meant that it was just outside Toyota's approximate 5-year, 60,000 mile warranty, leaving her to pay. Ouch. Young's car is seemingly still broken after more than a year as Toyota, quote, not replaced her defective engine with non-defective one, the suit reads. Of course, there are plenty of variables we don't know about Young's situation. Engine oil change intervals and other general maintenance practices are important to consider here. It's also unclear if the car showed any signs of issues before the engine expired, which we reported on this topic one time over the past 2 years, taking multiple owners whose engines blew on the track. One was a GR86, which, yeah, same thing. That's the Toyota version. Toyota initially decided against replacing the engine because the car was entered in a high-performance driving event when it blew, which, yeah, thankfully, after the media coverage, Toyota reversed the course and supplied a new engine for free, which, again, you should. It's one of those things where these cars are being marketed and they're being advertised and sold as track toys. And yes, you can daily drive them, don't get me wrong, but especially the GR edition, that's the one that's specifically track-oriented. You even get the free track day, again, not paid in bastard Toyota, but if you get a new GR86 or Corolla GR86 or Toyota Corolla GR or Subaru GR, you get the free track experience with your car. I mean, that's what it's engineered and made for. So yeah, I'm glad that time, years ago, they did reverse it and they said, okay, we'll replace it because, again, they're using it as intended. Granted, in terms of warranty payouts, I think it's well worth the advertising because on average, no, very unfortunately, I wish everyone took the car to the track. It's a great experience. But yeah, on average, not many people do. The take rate is pretty low. Now, they say clearly not every affected customer was overjoyed as the same result. The lawsuit alleged that Toyota and Subaru used RTV silicone where the engines should have had normal gaskets. Because RTV hardens and breaks apart in high heat, it can flake off around and find its way into the engine's crankcase, which, of all the dumb things to cheap out on, I don't know if maybe this is an environmental issue and this alternative, the other silicone, maybe the RTV is better for Mother Gala Irk. But yeah, engines get pretty damn hot at the track. You should probably have a more heat-resistant option. That's ridiculous. The suit says that the manufacturers applied RTF excessively and clumsily during the manufacturing process, which could have made it even more likely to find its way into the oil and coolant passages. This could be what caused the low oil pressure and resulting oil starvation. Each of the following models were included in the lawsuit, which, again, is all the same vehicle made at the same factory, but slightly different body panels. The 2013 to 2016 Scion FRS, 2017 to 2023 Toyota 86/GR86, which, and you also have the 2013 to 2023 Subaru BRZ. And they said that, oh yeah, we talked to the owners, or reached out to Toyota Subaru, haven't reached back for comment, haven't given us much feedback yet. And yeah, it's one of those things where, I mean, look at the comment section, a lot of people saying that might be one issue, but again, I forget what specific bearing, there's a specific engine component that failed on the one I was looking at in that model year. But yeah, there's a lot of the bearing issues. Oh yeah, one of the first comments comes from Nathan King, saying, quote, Toyota literally gives a complimentary HPDE day with the purchase and is covered under the warranty unless you abuse it or formally race with it. I did as a complimentary track day this weekend. I would think it significantly strengthens the position of the people who bought it. The car should be, built for it. And yes, definitely doesn't make Toyota look good. I mean, shoot, they're known for liability. Granted, Toyota doesn't make the engine, spoiler, it's Subaru that makes the engine. So, yeah. But in seriousness, this is sold as a track toy. If anything, they should be going above and beyond with these warranty claims and showing that they are a true enthusiast company, as well as, again, they make green things as well, or things that, at least on paper, seem green and good for the environment. But it's an instance where, for PR alone, they should be going above and beyond with these warranty claims. I mean, again, they don't have the budget, and they would lose money if they actually fly out replacement components like a Pagani would, which they're not going to do that. I understand it's an apples to oranges comparison, but the fact that Toyota's, they're getting pushback, they're not immediately, facilitating all these claims, and maybe they even knew about it. It'll be interesting to see at the end of the day what the actual, result of the lawsuit is, but definitely doesn't make it look good, Toyota. And yet another reason why I'm not a fan of that particular vehicle. Shoot, I'd rather get something a little more reliable that actually has a Toyota engine in it if I were to go that route. But let me know in the comments, do you think this will, decrease demand for the BRZ as well as the Toyota 86? Or do you think enthusiasts, maybe they'll buy it and they'll replace one or two components to make it more track worthy? Let me know your thoughts are, because as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, try to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you can click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.